Hello learners, this is Dr. Kanta Khayalia. Today we will discuss history of economics. Now, here is a brief history of the economics subject. The origin of economics as an academic discipline can be traced back to the 18th century and the work of pioneering economists like Adam Smith, David Ricardo, Thomas Malthus. These early economists sought to understand the nature of wealth, the factors that drive economic growth, and the distribution of resources in society. Smith's landmark work, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations, published in 1776, is considered the foundation of modern economic thought. In it, Smith outlined the principles of free markets, the division of labor, and the invisible hand that guides supply and demand. In the 19th century, economists like David Ricardo built upon Smith's ideas, developing theories around international trade, the labor theory of value, and the concept of economic rent. Meanwhile, Thomas Malthus became known for his gloomy predictions about the limits to economic growth posed by population growth. In the 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of neoclassical economics associated with thinkers like Alfred Marshall, Leon Walras, Wilfredo Pareto. This school of thought emphasized the role of supply and demand in determining prices and the allocation of resources. In the 1930s, the Great Depression led to the development of Keynesian economics, pioneered by John Maynard Keynes. Keynes argued that government intervention and demand-side policies could help stabilize the economy and address issues like unemployment. Since then, economics has continued to evolve with the emergence of various schools of thought, including monetarism, neoclassical economics, and behavioral economics. The field has also become increasingly specialized with subdisciplines like microeconomics, macroeconomics, development economics, and public finance. Today, economics is a vast and diverse field, encompassing both theoretical and empirical research, as well as the application of economic principles to real-world problems in business, government, and society. Now, the history of economics can be divided into several distinct subjects or fields of study. Here are some of the major ones. First one is microeconomics. Microeconomics focuses on the behavior and decision making of individual economic agents such as consumers, producers, and firms. Examines topics like supply and demand, market equilibrium, consumer behavior, and firm production and pricing decisions. Pioneers in this field include Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall, and John Hicks. Now, macroeconomics examines the performance and behavior of the economy as a whole, including factors like employment, inflation, economic growth, and the role of government policies. Developed in the 20th century, particularly influenced by the work of Keynes. Other prominent macroeconomists include Milton Friedman, Robert Solow, and Paul Samuelson. Now, international economics focuses on the economic relationships and interactions between different countries, including trade, foreign investment, exchange rates, and global financial markets. Key figures in this field include David Ricardo, Ali Hutcher, Bertil Ohlin, and Paul Krugman. Development economics examines the economic growth and transformation of developing countries and the policies and strategies to promote economic development. Prominent scholars in this field include Arthur Lewis, Gunnar Myrdal, Amartya Sen, and Jeffrey Sachs. Now, econometrics. This is the heart of economics. Applies statistical and mathematical methods to the analysis of economic data and the testing of economic theories. Pioneering on this field include Ragnar Frisch, Havelomo, and Klein. Early statistical methods emerged in the 17th to 19th centuries, with pioneers like Pascal, Bayes, Laplace, and Galton. The late 19th century saw major advancement by Pearson, Guzet, and Fisher, establishing foundations of modern statistics. 20th century developments included the rise of statistical inference, Bayesian statistics, non-parametric methods, and the increasing use of computers. Modern statistics heavily utilizes optimization, machine learning, and data science techniques. Quantitative techniques in economics and social sciences have a long history, with roots in the 17th and 19th century. Key development include linear programming, input-output analysis, game theory, econometrics, and operation research. The rise of computers and data processing accelerated the use of quantitative methods in the 20th century. Modern quantitative methods heavily utilize optimization, simulation, and machine learning algorithms. Now, public economics. The foundations of public economics were laid in the late 19th and early 20th centuries by economists like Alfred Marshall, Arthur Pigou, and Richard Musgrave. Key concepts like market failure, public goods, externalities were developed during this time. The post-World War II period showed the rise of normative public economics, focusing on the role of government in addressing market failures and achieving distributive justice. Recent decades have seen the growing influence of new public economics using tools like game theory and information economics. Demography. Demography studies trace back to the 17th century, with early work by Grant, Petty, and Malthus. In the 20th century, demography emerged as a distinct academic discipline, with key contributions from scholars like Lotter, Cole, and Lee. Major areas of study include fertility, mortality, migration, population growth, and population aging. Demographic analysis has become increasingly quantitative, using advanced statistical and mathematical modeling. Now, Indian economy. The history of the Indian economy can be traced back to the ancient times, with evidence of trade, commerce, and economic institutions. The colonial period saw major structural changes with the emergence of a cash economy and integration into the global market. After independence in 1947, India pursued a model of central planning and import substitution industrialization. Economic reforms initiated in 1991 marked a shift towards liberalization, privatization, and globalization. This is LPC model. Recent decades have seen strong economic growth, though challenges remains in areas like poverty, inequality, and infrastructure development. So these are just some of the main subjects within the broad field of economics. Each of these areas has its own history, key concepts, and influential thinkers that have shaped the development of the discipline over time. Thank you.